Welcome to Men on Empire. This is our weekly look at the television show Empire. And in Washington, D.C. is Troy Johnson. Mark Clark is not with us today. I'm Tony Scott in Dallas. This episode is called A High Hope for a Low Heaven. Now, what were they smoking to come up with a title like that? But that's the name of it, man.
There's no telling.
We begin with Hakim, the kidnapping. They take him out of the van. He's like, get off me. Shut up, man. It's just like,
Mr. Tough Guy.
Tough guy, be quiet, man. But then they quickly switch scenes to J Papa on the balcony, man, saying, oh, you put it on me. And then I heard this voice, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No way, no.
She did put it on you.
And I got to thinking, well, why not? It's Becky. Precious. Getting it in, man.
Gabourey Sitter, baby. Well.
She says, I really need to get some sleep before I go in today for a meeting with Andre and stuff. And, because he wants to go again, man. And,
He said, if you put your leg up there, you won't be getting any more sleep. And I know everybody in the world was thinking, if only that leg could get up there.
Oh, no.
If only. If only.
Oh, man. So Cookie's looking for Hakim because he needs to rehearse with the girl group because he's gonna spit a little something, in the song for rehearsal. He's not there. They can't find him anywhere. And Portia, she's trying to, get the girls through their choreography. She says, well, maybe I can spit a rhyme and, to fill in during rehearsal. And Cookie's telling her, no,
no,
and quit asking before you find yourself looking for a job. I didn't realize Portia's a big girl, man.
Yeah, she is.
She looks like she's getting fed up with Cookie, right? She looks like, I'm gonna take you out, man.
She ain't no Becky, but she's a big girl.
She's a big girl, yeah.
And are we going to find out that Portia actually has some kind of like rap skills or singing skills at some point later on? Yeah. Or is she just going to continue to be comic relief?
That would be crazy. And then she turns her back on Cookie and signs with Lucious. Watch it. Watch it. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now.
What's the name of her dog?
Oh, what's the name of that dog, man?
Damn, I forgot the name of the dog, man.
I forgot the name of the...
well.
Yeah. You don't have it in your notes, man, from last week?
I do. I just can't remember what the damn dog's name was. Sorry.
Sorry, man.
It's something crazy.
Cookie gets a video on her phone of Hakim, and she doesn't think it's real. She actually thinks Lucious set that up. So, she's mad about that. Jamal is in the studio with Lucious, and Jamal's hurt, man. He can't focus because he's heard about Michael cheating on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it last year, man, that Jamal had some dude on his desk, man, and they were going at it? I mean, he was cheating on Michael. Didn't he cheat on Michael?
Yeah, he did.
Right?
How soon we forget?
Yep. Cookie shows up at the studio and shows Lucious the video. He says, I had nothing to do with that. This is real. This is real, right? Yeah. And, Hakim, meantime, he on the couch where they're keeping him, he wiggles off the black cover on his head, and he sees them like getting ready to burn their clothes and stuff, but he notices their little longhorn tattoos on their backs. And he says, what are y'all, cowboys? and he gets pistol whipped, man. And, man, that dude hit him hard, man.
Yeah, he did.
He messed him up, man. So Cookie and Lucious meet up they're at the drop-off where they're supposed to pick up Hakim. Cookie's freaking out. Lucious is saying, hey, this is the price of doing business. He's basically telling her that, keep calm. And so she's starting to calm down, and then they call, and Lucious gets the phone, and he says, I need proof of life, and that freaks her out all over again. Proof of life? What do you mean?
This is the way things are going down lately.
So they get proof of life, and the driver comes, but Hakim is nowhere to be found in the van. He's not in the van, man. He apparently dropped me off 5 blocks away, so he got out stumbling.
He was hit so hard he mistook the kidnapper for an Uber. Hey, man, let me off right here. You got paid already. You good, right? Okay.
Not Uber. Man. So Hakim is bloodied, clearly with a concussion, walking the streets, stumbling, mumbling, bumbling. He ends up at Anika's.
Yeah, he knew how to get there.
And he's looking for sex. He's all messed up, and he wants to make out and get it in. He's all concussion, eye all jacked up, blood on his face, and that's supposed to be attractive. I guess it was because she seemed to be pretty receptive.
Well, Anika was she had something going on with her.
Well,
She was all, she was like, I don't have anybody. I don't have anything going on. She was talking to her parents,
her
right?
mom, yeah. But she don't have an income. She don't have anything. So yeah.
Yeah.
She was vulnerable. She was so vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, hey.
So I guess they got it in, man. They got in through the front door and went at it, bloodied and all.
She was pretty. It was a moment of like, yes, thank goodness.
She was coming from the gym or something, man. So she looked.
I think she was
looked kind
yeah.
of sweaty. He was bloodied, man. What was that like?
And that was good, Tony. That was good. Woo!
So Hakim shows up at the mansion after apparently he went missing for 5 hours, man. He's with Anika for 5 hours. You go, mister.
Yeah.
With a concussion. And a jacked up eye.
Yeah.
And Jamal is upset. Later on, they switch scenes. He's upset because he feels like Empire's marketing him as a gay man. And, Lucious is like, well, you are a gay man. He goes, you're a gay artist. He goes, you are a gay artist. He goes, no, I'm gay and I'm an artist. That doesn't make me a gay artist. And somehow that made sense. I don't.
Yeah.
Somehow it's like, okay, I'm gay and I'm an artist, but I'm not a gay artist. And
right.
It's like,
but again, you're leaving this up to Lucious Lyons, who barely I don't even want to have this conversation. The
National Homophobe of the Year, Lucious
yes.
Lyons.
That's right.
Yeah. What's that about, man? So, let's see where we're at here. Jamal. Oh, Jameson shows up. Who's this Jameson guy, man?
Jameson. Apparently, he and Lucious have history.
Yeah.
Because he could have been a manager or promoter for Lucious back in the day, but when Lucious found out he was gay, of course, the homophobe of the year, of the decade, didn't want anything to do with him. Didn't matter how popular he was, how much power he had in the industry at the time, Lucious wanted nothing to do with him. But now Jamal is like, hey, I've been put in this niche, been put in this box, and I want you to help me get out of it.
Right.
And he knows his business. He knows what he's doing, and he's all about making the LGBTQ community more acceptable to the general public. So he's down with the plan.
But Lucious, son, there are all kinds of vampires. There are vampires that'll suck your blood, and there are vampires that'll suck your dad. Like, wow.
Lucious wasn't ready.
And then Jameson and Lucious, I guess, decided to make peace, and they shake hands. But what was that extension of the hand from Jameson? What was that, man? That was...
Well, he did the,
Yeah. It was...
And he straightened it. Then he straightened it up.
Isn't it funny how an angle like that, right? The angle will change the whole dynamic, right? It's like, what was that about, man?
Yeah. I can shake hands like a man. Come on.
So Andre was on this mission. Andre, earlier had a meeting, and he said he wanted to, meet the artist before he decides to drop them. He wants to see what kind of character they have.
Mm-hmm. Ghetto Life Records.
Gutter Life.
I think Gutter Life. I think we know what kind of character they have.
He meets with him, man, and one of them wants to light up, man. He wants to blow some trees up in the conference room, man, and he's dismissed. And then here comes J Papa, and J Papa has to explain. He goes, "What does the J stand for, man? Jewelry, or and it stands for Joe, but his name, because he's the preacher's grandkid.
Yeah,
he's given the J for his name. Papa is for his grandfather, who was a preacher who raised him, And Andre's like, okay, all right. You ever think about, incorporating the word into some of your rhymes and stuff, So he passes the test.
Yes.
Lucious explains the other part of the game that Cookie was apparently not aware of or just didn't acknowledge. And Cookie's not buying it, man. Cookie's like, no, this, you just want to take over. You want us to come back begging to you. And he says, I don't want you, Cookie. I was want Hakim. Of course, she gets up and leaves, but not before she takes the rest of the wine. Apparently the grape was good.
that Vino was all
Vino
right.
was off the hook, man.
Yes.
So Hakim is I don't know, he's in front of his computer trying to put some rhymes down, man, and he just has a meltdown because that concussion is it's got the best of him, man. I mean, that dude hit him dead over the eye with that butt of that gun, and that hurts.
Yeah. I like the way they shot the scene, but it was interesting the way that, like, you interpret it as a concussion. I was thinking that they shot him up with something.
Oh,
like did they give him some kind of hallucinogen or something?
No,
but you're right. It was likely the concussion.
I mean,
he had a concussion.
You ever had a concussion? Yeah. I've had several. So I haven't had one in a long time. But those things leave you nauseous and confused and dazed, and you don't know what's upside down, what's right from wrong. I mean, depending on the level of your concussion, those things. Like I said, I've had a few, and those are not.
No, Tony. My coaches told me you don't lead with your head when you tackle. I never had a concussion.
Concussions I had nothing to do with sports.
It didn't have anything to do with football, huh?
No, man. No.
All righty then.
No, not at all, man. So, Cookie meets with Delgado, man, Adam Rodriguez, and he tells Cookie, maybe you should put these wolves, maybe you should put them on the payroll.
Yeah.
Pay them, and then keep them on the payroll.
They'll go away.
They'll just wait for their money every week.
They'll be loyal. All they want is some money. Yeah. She's in the hood.
That's the first problem right there. She's in the hood.
Right. She can't help that. That had all the choices that she had. She put her place in the hood. So they're taking advantage. They see all this influx of money and equipment and all these people with bling. I mean, he did make a good point. If you just give them a little bit of money and a job, they're not going to mess with you. And now that they're making money, they're not going to let anybody mess with you.
Right. It was a good point. And we'll find out later why he was, trying to sell the wolves to Cookie, but she's not having any of it, And he says, well, why don't you hire some cops then? She was like, I don't mess with cops. And so he volunteers to be her wolf slayer. Yeah.
He's also about to slay that cat.
And they sneak a kiss, and she says she's going to set up a meeting with the wolves, and she does. And Cookie takes Hakim to the meeting, and as soon as they walk up on him, man, Hakim reaches for the 9, man, pulls it out.
This is the world's stupidest meeting ever.
What was that, man?
That was the dumbest move. I'm going to set up a meeting with people who 24 hours ago kidnapped my son. And then only the 2 of us are going to go, and I'm going to have him feel like he's the man. kind of give him an opportunity to, to get his testosterone together.
Yeah.
The hell?
Make him feel like a man again.
Yeah.
That ain't if you want to make him feel like a man, you can take him to a strip club.
Exactly.
Because this right here is a mistake.
No bueno.
And she tells Hakim, put the gun down, put the gun down, put the gun down. If you pull the trigger, I got to step in front, take the bullet, because I'd rather die than, see you go down, and it's that kind of thing like that. And so she takes the gun from him after he's about ready to give it up, and she puts the gun on the wolves, man, and she made her point though.
Unbelievable nonsense, but she had a great suit on.
She did look sharp.
She looked great.
She looked great. She looked great.
I like this season's clothing for Cookie.
Yeah.
Looks like they stepped it up. It's a little bit more couture. Yeah, she's looking good.
She threatens him though.
Yeah.
And that little guy. Did you look at the thugs that were standing behind him? Could they have not looked less intimidating, man? That was like having me back there,
I thought, Tony, when she said she was glad that they met with her, they kind of straightened up like they were legitimate businessmen. Thanks for taking the meeting. We have our resume. What kind of nonsense is this?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So at the showcase, man, Becky tells Jamal that the wand is hitting all the walls, man.
If these walls could talk, that's what Kendrick Lamar said.
See, he said J. Papa putting it down.
Damn,
Man.
hitting all the walls, Tony.
All the walls, man.
All the walls in the whole complex.
Man,
Whew.
man, she's happy. She is content. She is satisfied, man. Andre tells Jamal that this J. Papa Becky thing might be a problem. You can't have the A&R and the A&R person and the artist sleeping together.
Can't have the A&R getting some S&M.
And so, Jamal looks at him and, and Andre's like, what, you think I didn't know?
Let that be a lesson to you people in the workplace. You think you got it under wraps, huh?
It's never under wraps.
They didn't even bat an eye. They knew exactly what was going on.
It's like they had her apartment bugged. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. So
they ain't the only walls talking.
So Frida gets her to perform at the showcase, and while she's performing, there's some sort of heckler there, man. Who's that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Some disgruntled rapper.
Something, man.
I thought he was part of the act.
Me too at first, but then she kept looking at Lucious, and through all the noise, the music track and all that, he doesn't even yell. He just says, "Stay focused," and she hears him overall.
Yeah.
And she turns around and kicks dude in the face and takes him down, and then she walks out. She leaves.
Not a good move.
Not a good move, man. Not a good move, man. Andre wants to drop her. He says she's too much of a liability. We don't need this. This is not what we're about. We're not, And, Lucious is saying, no, she's my artist. And when you guys meet to decide which artist to drop, you ain't dropping her. And Andre says, you put me in charge. Lucious says, no, I put you in place.
Damn.
Don't confuse the two. I was like,
damn.
Man. We need to clean up in aisle 3.
You can't take those man. That hurts, man. You can't take L's like that.
Man, that was worse. That was almost worse as the shot Hakim took with the pistol whipping, man. Emotionally, to somebody who who's barely keeping it together anyway, Andre. Man.
Yeah, that's not good.
So it's
Oh, J. Papa performed too.
He did perform.
He dropped a couple of lyrics about Jesus in there.
And they were like, what is that? But Andre's happy.
Yeah, he is happy. That's not going to turn out well for him.
Turn out well at all, man. So
Becky knew something was wrong. This ain't gutter enough.
No, she says, "Excuse me, no offense, but I don't believe that that Andre actually knows what the hell he's doing." So at the Big Apple Jam. Lucious finds Hakim in the alley. How did he know he was in the alley, man? He pulls up in the alley, and Hakim tells him, why are you driving yourself around? And Lucious says, you don't like to be told what to do. What the hell does that got to do with anything? What in the hell was that? But Lucious plays Boom, 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 the track, for Hakim and offers it to him. No strings attached. And Hakim says, no strings, but there's a rope.
Damn.
It's like, wow. Witty.
That was witty.
Yeah, that was witty.
He's trying to teach him a lesson.
Yeah. Hakim walks away. He drops the flash drive. He drops it, walks away. He goes in the building. Lucious says, oh, hell no. He parks, man. he parks and goes in the building. And goes in on Hakim and tells him, next time you turn your back on me, I'm going to break it. And, he goes in on Hakim, tells him, you need to grow a sack.
Yeah. I thought they were going to get into that. They've gotten physical before.
Yeah.
But it didn't come to blows this time.
No, not this time. But you get the feeling there's going to be a round 2.
Yeah, there's going to be a round 2.
Man. So, Andre and Jamal ask for Lucious and Cookie to leave the room and leave them alone, so they can talk to Hakim. And Lucious leaves, and Cookie's pouring her a drink, and they're like, "You too, Mom."
Yes. Yes.
And so they give Hakim a pep talk, and it was kind of a cool brother moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, amidst all the chaos, man, they can reminisce about how they grew up and everything. And Andre made a great point. You already won, man. We all won. We survived, and we're the children of Lucious and Cookie Lion, man. We're still here. We're still free. We're still, you know, it's like, that was a great point, though.
Yeah. We're just some spoiled rich kids. Come on, man. We got it good. We are the three Carltons.
Yes. So the performance.
But he was mad because he didn't fight back when he was kidnapped.
Yeah. But I mean, we've all had moments like that we like a do-over in a moment in our lives that we wish we could have done differently.
Man, you better live.
Yeah, and
you know,
that's what they were trying to get him to understand, dude. You didn't do anything, but you're here.
Yeah,
so
you're alive.
The smartest guy in the room for not fighting back.
That's right.
You know, but you know, with age comes maturity.
Yeah.
And he clearly is the youngest one,
Mm-hmm.
and he just doesn't see it because you know his manhood was challenged.
That's right.
You know, when the doctor examined him, I think they were examining him for other injuries.
Yes.
Perhaps a tear.
A tear.
Perhaps an anal tear or something. You know?
Oh.
Some sort of wound in another area.
Mm.
You know, but hey.
Now, there were some back scratches.
Yeah.
But was that from Anika?
You know, that's a good point. Yeah. Where the scratches come from?
Yeah. It wasn't a grizzly bear in that.
Because why would they scratch his back? Why would these guys scratch his back like that?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So the performance goes on with the ladies. What's the name of that group, man? Minaj or something? Or
yeah, something like that.
Well, they perform, and Hakim's supposed to come out and do his rhyme. He comes out, and he freezes on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at Lucious. Lucious looking at him like, you gonna have a pair or what, man? You know.
Yeah.
Cookie's looking at him like, oh my God, he's about to blow. Yeah. He's about to blow this, right? And then the old girl, the one he met in the bar that was singing with her cousins and stuff, she like grabs him and looks him in the eye, and she's singing, and you know, and finally he snaps out of it and does his rhyme, man. But I was trying to think of that as someone who's had a concussion. That loud music playing, man, that's got to be, and those lights flashing and all that, man. Those are some of the worst things you can do to somebody who's, you know. And I'm not a doctor. I don't know if he's had a concussion or not, but I mean, you know, you get hit like that.
Well, you are an expert. Apparently, Tony is a concussion expert.
I'm not an expert, but I've been there. You know, I've had my bell rung. Absolutely. You know, and but he snaps out of it, man. He spits his rhyme and he nails it. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's all good.
You know, Lucious looked a little disappointed that he pulled it off. Yes, he thought he had kind of, you know, planted the seed that you ain't the man.
But he wants everything Hakim does to fail, so Hakim will come back to Empire, right?
Yes.
So that's why he was probably disappointed, foiled again.
Damn it.
You know, and at the after party. You know, which is the old girl points out, this is kind of a boring after party. Maybe we should break out the stripper pole. And Hakim says, we don't need that, which kind of surprised me that Hakim would say that because, you know, he's young, you know, he's wilding out, having, you know, living his life and all that. So
that girl is fine. Apparently, she's fine this season. Yeah. Last season, she was a little grunge, you know.
Yeah, she cleaned.
Now it's like,
up really well.
Wow. Go ahead, girl.
Well, Anika shows up at the door. Because I've been worried about you. I've been calling you. You know, Hakim ain't been answering his phone. You know, basically he blows her off at the door.
Awkward.
Yeah, she couldn't even get in.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
And there she is at the door, slammed in her face yet again. Used again. Used again, man.
Yeah.
Lucious has used her.
Yeah.
You know, Hakim has used her. That lesbian woman, Marissa Tomei played, she used her.
Yeah.
Cookie used her.
Yes.
You know?
There's nobody left.
I mean, it's...
Poor Anika.
Yeah. Somebody pointed out on social media last night, this is just a random thought, that that Jameson looks like a white Thirsty Rollins. And I got to thinking about that. I was like,
that's a good point.
Yeah, we'll take that one. So, you know, Lucious meets with Frida in the streets and tells her that he's pulling her in closer because she's like, "You're probably going to drop me now." He's like, "No, I'm pulling you in closer." Yeah. He really believes in her talent. And then he says, "I wrote a song for you.
You got that flame.
Yeah.
You got that flame that, you got that flame, girl. that my three boys don't even have. I believe in you more than I believe in them."
Yeah. She's like, okay.
Like, really? Whatever.
But
that was a little odd. It was a little, Tony, you're going to hate me for this, a little R. Kelly-ish. There's a little vibe there that was just not quite right.
There was a vibe.
It was a, yes.
vibe. Man. So he says, "I wrote a song for you." So he plays Boom, Boom, Boom. I thought he wrote that for Hakim. What the hell?
Yes. Yes.
And they freestyle, man. She crushed it. She crushed him because his freestyle
was lame.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It was lame. But was it really a freestyle? Because he said, "I really see this is what I see for the song." To give her an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't really a freestyle. Hers was.
It was a suggestion.
Yeah. Hers was in slavery. I was like, okay. So Cookie goes to Delgado's apartment asking if they're going to do this or what.
The answer is yes.
Yes. He picks her up at the door, closes the door. You know,
puts her on that little, what do you call that table where you put your keys?
The key table. I don't know, man. I don't know. But
that little table in the foyer.
Yes. And he sits her on there, man, and they're making out, and he's getting ready to go in. And he takes his shirt off, and there it is.
The Longhorn Steakhouse logo.
The Longhorn Steakhouse tattoo on his back. The same tattoo that the guys had that grabbed up Hakim.
Was that a brand or a tattoo? It was a brand, wasn't it?
I mean, usually a brand raises the skin. I didn't really see that.
Yeah, I thought it might have been a brand.
Yeah. Well, either way, it was the same one the other guys had. The wolf.
Yeah, it was.
So and so now that's how the episode ends. But it's like, aha, he's got ulterior motives. So that's how the episode ends, man. So what I miss?
I think we covered it all. I like the way this episode moved along pretty well. For some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe because that break in the
World Series?
In the action for the World Series.
Yeah. I was actually wondering because the World Series Game 7 was supposed to be last night, so I was wondering if they were just going to do something else and regroup because you got to plan these things out.
Yeah.
So I guess they had enough time to say, "No, let's go ahead and run an original episode of Empire here." Since they're, I thought they were going to wait another week, but I'm glad they did not. But they ran the episode, and it was a good episode.
Yeah, I think because potentially the audience could have been gone for 2 weeks, as opposed to a week. They were like, "Well, we better come back strong." And this one seemed to have a lot of, as usual, a lot of different plot elements, but everything kind of had a nice payoff to it.
Well, I was thinking about for the future episodes. What do I see happening, man? Because the show is so over the top,
Yes.
And I don't think it's out of the realm that Portia could land a record deal. I think that's very possible. I also think there's going to be some drama, and Jamal's going to get shot in the throat or something, and it'll put his whole singing career in jeopardy or something. I could see that happening.
Michael's going to fly into a rage and do something to him.
I could see, I'm surprised Lucious ain't got shot yet.
Yeah.
Because, he's just.
But you can't remember, we can't mess with Lucious and Cookie because the show will go off the rails. Nobody's strong enough to carry the show.
I'm not saying they would die. I'm just saying that something would happen, that they, and I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think of things that I could see happening, down the road for this episode,
By the way, the dog's name is Whoop-de-Woo.
Whoop-de-Woo. Who could ever forget a dog named Whoop-de-Woo?
Portia's dog.
Yeah. Portia's grandmother's dog. Yeah.
Oh,
Whoop-de-Woo. Who names a dog
Whoop-de-woo.
Whoop-de-woo? But
The hell?
that was a past episode. So if you could like this episode of our recap and share it and give it a thumbs up and all that kind of stuff like that, that would be awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you watching. You guys are awesome to us and everything. Love the comments. A lot of
Much love.
Yeah, getting a lot of love in the comments and stuff like that. So we really appreciate that. So that's our recap of Empire. The episode title High Hope for a Low Heaven. In Washington, D.C. is Troy Johnson. Mark Clark will join us next week. I'm Tony Scott in Dallas. Thanks for watching.
Maybe the low heaven was Becky. Get low heaven.
Get low.
Just a thought.
Oh, all right.
Oh, and don't forget to watch Men on Scandal as well.
Yes, we have the Scandal recap.
Men on
up.
Scandal for you.
And we'll have another
Don't miss
one up in a couple of days. So there you go. Appreciate you watching.
Peace.